Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today I want to review a pretty awesome match from last night's stream. If you guys were watching, you probably know what it is, but we had an epic 2v3 comeback in one of the games, and I kind of wanted to commentate it and let you guys know it was kind of going inside my head during the game, since when I was actually playing, I was really just focused and I wasn't saying anything much at all. So, I'm playing Arcane Mage here, and first things first, let me just get it out of the way, alright? A lot of people see me playing Arcane and they're like, oh my goodness, Xaryu, you're not playing Frost anymore. Guys, relax. I'm going to be playing Frost Mage, I'm going to be playing Arcane Mage, I'm going to be playing my Shadow Priest, Discipline Priest, I'm going to be playing my Sub Rogue, I'm playing a lot of different specs and classes, okay? So, just because I'm playing Arcane doesn't mean I'm never playing Frost again, alright? Just because I'm playing Frost doesn't mean I'm not playing Arcane. I'm playing all of them, alright? So in this specific game, I'm playing Arcane. And let me just put it out there, just a side note, I am enjoying Arcane quite a bit. There's a lot of really, really cool stuff you can do with it, as you're going to see in this video here in a second. And I guess, like Arcane a lot right now because of its 1v1 potential. Because of its world questing, world PvP potential. Because of its dueling potential, right? A lot of these things make Arcane a lot of fun to play, but in a 3v3 situation or an RPG situation, I really like Frost as well. So I'm going to be playing a lot of the specs, so I don't worry too much. Here we're playing some RMP. These are just skirmishes, right? So the rogue I'm playing with is actually one of my subscribers from the Twitch stream. He's actually playing Sub Rogue. He's actually doing very well. And then the Priest is just random person we got from a skirmish. We were just playing up on stream, having a lot of fun. Of course, rated arenas aren't out until next week. I'm really excited for them to come out, but they're not quite out next week. As you can see, guys, I'm playing Arcane. When you play Arcane, you use a talent called Mana Shield, and in Mana Shield, okay, so this rogue, cheat death cloak vanishes at 1%, and actually, he's not dead. So you might be like, wow, Xaryu, that was a nice 2v3. You killed the rogue in the opener. He's actually not dead, so he actually did survive there, even though it kind of looks like he's dead. He's at 1%. But you can blink stuns. So as you see throughout this game, I am actually blinking stuns. And that's kind of how I survive a lot as Arcane Mage. That, Mana Shield, Temp Shield, Wall, Massive Invis, Ice Block. There's a lot of different things to survive. My rogue's getting very low. I'm trying to do my best to peel, but he does actually go down. And right here, I was a little sad, all right? Because I told the stream that it was 6:49 a.m. A.m. means in the morning, okay? 6:49 a.m., and I haven't slept yet. So I was like, guys, I need to go to bed. This is the last game. And we ended up losing. Or like, in my head right now, I'm like, crap, we ended up losing. We can't lose, all right, on the last game. That's like an unspoken rule. You have to end on a win, right? And I was like, but I already said it was the last game. So I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. This is not the situation we want right now. So I decided to turn my music up, put my head down, and just start going ham. So I was like, how can we actually still get a win here? The enemy team has no trinkets, okay? Yang Nam has no cheat death for another minute, or maybe 2 minutes there, 3 minutes there even. And he has no Cloak of Shadows. So if I get a lockout, maybe a sheep onto the Priest, and my cooldowns come up here in about 6 seconds, Balefire Branch and Arcane Power. By the way, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, well, you can follow me on Twitter. It'll be somewhere on the screen. But if you don't follow me on Twitter, first, follow me on Twitter. Second, I tweeted that I got a 355 Balefire trinket yesterday. 355 Balefire, guys. This is some best in slot PvE trinket for PvP. It allows you to burst very, 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 very hard. So I'm so happy I got it. I've been running it with the stream pretty much every single day, trying to get as lucky as possible. And we finally got it on Mythic. Titan Forged, bros. Titan Forged! Freaking love it. So that's kind of what made some of these kills possible as well. Get that full sheep on the Priest. We fake the kick, fake the death, full sheep the Priest. He trinkets. Get kidney shot there, cheap shot there. Go ahead and blink it out. And I do a lot of bursts into this rogue. And what I'm kind of noticing is this rogue, Yang Nam, is actually pretty decent at surviving. Right? He's actually running around line of sight and stuff when he's in trouble, and he's actually preventing a lot of these deaths that might have otherwise been deaths if he was less experienced. In other words, this guy's playing pretty well. The rogue is playing pretty well. So I think at some point I might realize that and decide to swap targets. I do fake one of the kicks out there. I am playing with Arcane Orb right here to keep up that consistent damage, that consistent pressure. And just a side note, I was actually considering maybe playing Shimmer in more threes games, right? Shimmer in 3s is going to allow you to not blink stuns and not have that mage armor, but allow you to blink while casting so you can get more polymorphs. I think that is a decent consideration moving forward in 3 specifically. Now in 1v1s, duels, world PvP, a lot of stuff like that, it's not quite the same. But I think right around here is when I actually switch up my targeting choice to Absol, right? We get the pain suppression, he overextends a little bit, he's a little bit low, and he's not actually line of sighting, right? He's not taking care of himself by saying, okay, I'm low, let's go ahead and line of sight. But anyway, we fake the kick, we fake the death, and then we full polymorph there on that priest, and then a lot of damage comes out on this rogue. Now I have that execute Arcane Barrage trait, and we get him very low. We get him to under 35%, which is when that execute starts taking place from the Arcane Pressure Azurite talent from Arcane Mages, and we get him pretty low there, but we get him a little bit below 31%, and we ended up taking him out right there. So I'll actually replay how that actually happened. Priest was CC'd into the polymorph into the fear with no trinket after faking the kicks and the death. Okay, Rogue's getting low. We have two stacks right here. We have no charged up for 26 seconds, no orb for 11, so we can't immediately grant those stacks. But what we could do is Arcane Explosion, and we have to gain stacks, and we have one-shot potential, right? So Arcane Explosion. Now we're at 4 stacks. We pop Balefire Branch. All right, it's going to give me 1,400 intellect. And then I pop Arcane Power. It's going to give me extra 30% extra damage. I'm not playing overpowered, so it doesn't give me 60%, but it gives me that 30%. So we have 1,400 int, and I also have, I think it's Torrent to the Elements, Echo the Elements, the Element Trinket proc, or the Weapon Enchant proc, rather. So it's 10% increased Arcane damage. So 10% damage, 30% damage, 1,400 intellect, 3 stack Incanners. I mean, we have the intellect up. And once we get this guy a little bit lower, so we use one of our Arcane Blast, we got him to 30%, 12,925 non-crit Arcane Blast. All right, now that he's under 35%, the Arcane Pressure traits are activated, and my Arcane Barrage is going to do a ton of damage, and then already modified by all of these buffs, it's going to hit for a 38,000 non-crit. Rogue goes down. So at this point, I was like, hell yeah, we finally got this kill. Maybe this will be the last game of the night, but I have no ice block. My priest is in that blind into the fear with no trinket. I'm, getting low HP, and this was the rogue that was difficult to kill in the first place. So, still not won yet, but now that we have one of the rogues down, I was like feeling a little more comfortable getting topped off here. We probably won't be able to kill till the next set of cooldowns, or maybe even the cooldowns after that. Keep in mind that the rogue has cheat death coming back up, right? I think he has Cloak of Shadows again. They both have trinkets back up now, so it's just gonna be a while before we can actually score a kill. But this rogue getting under 35% life, whenever he's getting under 35, mages can do quite a bit of pressure with that Arcane Pressure talent. Didn't even mean to do that. But I'm really liking this Arcane build that I've been playing with Charged Up and Arcane Orb. It allows you to consistently cycle through your arcane charges, so you don't just go out of mana, because you have 2 ways to cycle through. You have Arcane Orb on a 20-second cooldown, and you have that Charged Up on the 45-second cooldown, so you almost always have a trait to be going back to 4 orbs, or you can just Arcane Explosion as well if you don't have either of those, as we saw there. We fake the kick, we fake the death, we throw out the full poly, we get the priest trinket, and we get the rogue cloak. So that's a lot of defensive cooldowns there from the enemy team. We ended up counterspelling the priest, throwing out that orb, once again trying to get some more stacks. Don't really have, I do have charge up, so I could use that if I wanted, and I'm keeping this Nether Tempest out. So this Nether Tempest is an interesting choice. I don't think it's an incredible talent, but it's one of the only talents that you can control whether or not it breaks CC, right? If I was going the Arcane Blast trait that does, I think it's Touch of the Magi, it would break CC sometimes, right? Out of my control. Now, if I'm going with Nether Tempest, it won't actually break CC unless I put it up on someone, right? So I can just not use it if I don't want it to break CC, or I can put it up for that extra damage if I am not throwing out CC at that exact moment. So I think it's actually a pretty cool trait for that reason, or a pretty cool talent choice for that reason. So that's why I have been playing Nether Tempest. Go ahead and cast there on the priest. He does death, and line of sight to that next one. When I say death, I do mean premonition, by the way, if you guys did not know that. It's kind of the same talent since I've been playing for a while. I just call the old school talents what they were called in the past, instead of calling it by all the new school stuff like premonition or whatever. So Rogue is still playing pretty well defensively, right? He's not really doing too much as the offense goes, so he's not really connecting onto me. I don't feel too scared pretty much most of this match, but defensively, every time he gets low, he vanishes. Every time he gets low, he smoke bombs. Every time he gets low, he runs to the pillar. You know, he's not letting himself die, and that's what made me swap targets in the first place. And that comes from a lot of experience doing 1v2s, guys, doing world PvP 1v2s. A lot of the time, and to pull off 1v2s or pull off crazy plays, a lot of it's playing well, right? But a lot of it is reading your opponent and being like, who is making the most mistakes, right? Who is putting themselves into a position where I can, you know, take advantage of them in that specific position, right? They're pushed in a little bit too far with no trinket. Okay, maybe I don't really want to kill this guy because I plan, say it's DK, Hunter, Priest, and you plan to kill Hunter, but DK runs in with no trinket behind the pillar. We'll kill the DK, right? Like, that's what I really want you guys to understand here. There's 2 rogues. One rogue had no cloak and would look like the better target because he also had no cheat death. But one rogue was playing smart, and the other rogue was playing a little reckless. That's when we know to swap up targets. And you can use this all of the time in your games, guys, because in a lot of games, even at high-rated 3s, the objective of PvP is to find your enemy's weakness, right? Find where they're making mistakes and exploit that, right? That's kind of what you have to do. If you're not doing that, then a lot of the times you're just putting yourself at a disadvantage for no reason. Once again, Stroke's playing well defensively. I had him at 24%. He was probably going to die in the next couple seconds. He vanishes, sprints, and runs behind the pillar back to his priest. And now it's just another game of, you know, cat and mouse. We're just trying to... if I push in a little bit too offensive and stay in there for too long, then I'll die. So I kind of have to let the rogue do his thing and kind of just let the game play out. If I play a little bit too offensive, we can lose the game, which is unfortunate. Even this blink right here, I remember this specific blink from last night. That blink was a misplay. I should not have blinked in like that. If he wanted to, he could have stunned me right there. I have no trinket. I have no blink to break the stun. So it would have maybe forced an ice block right there if he had some CC on my priest as well. Maybe a kidney shot into a fear on the priest, cheap shot me, boom, that would have been my ice block for no reason other than I wasted blink, right? So not a good blink right there. I think I played the rest of this game pretty well, though. That was definitely one of the bigger mistakes. But that's why, right? You want to keep these things in mind where if you're pushing in a little bit too much, you're going to put yourself at a disadvantage because the rogue's just going to be able to line of sight, continue pressure, and then it's a little unfortunate from there. Now we have cooldowns coming back up right about here, and it's probably where the rogue is going to go down. Well, we do actually get cheat death. So yeah, a lot of this game, I was like, okay, he's gonna go down here. Oh, cheat death. No, he's gonna go down here. Cloak vanish. Okay, he's gonna go down here. Vanish, sprint, line of sight. Okay, he's gonna go down here. So like, I actually kept thinking that mid game. So I guess he doesn't actually go down quite yet, which is unfortunate, right? And this is the position where, like, even right there, that was maybe another bad blink because Rogue can continue to run. Now we can stun me. I have no trinket for 14 seconds. So, but at this point in the game, I'm getting antsy. Rogue is just running. He's been running for the last 3-4 minutes. Can you blame him, though? Can you blame him, though? On stream, the 2v3 coming out, his rogue partner going down, he was probably like, are you kidding me? What's this rogue's name? Absol. Are you kidding me? Absol. Yangnam's just pissed at his partner. So I can understand why he's tryharding this part of this game. I mean, I was tryharding the part of the game where it was a 2v3 in the other situation. So I can't give this guy crap for trying. He's actually playing very well defensively, and that's kind of what rogues have to do to win the matchup. So I can't really... put it against him saying like, hey dude, why didn't you just let me win, bro? Like, no, I'm not trying to pull that. But it is a little frustrating because he's running around the pillar and I don't have a stun, right? The one weakness of a mage, and the one thing I would love mages to have at some point is a stun, right? I loved deep freeze. He finally goes down right there. We got a sheep into the fear once again with the arcane orb, the arcane pressure. We finally get him down. The one thing I would love is a stun back for mages, but even without the stun, we're not doing too shabby. So here's the overall damage breakdown. Arcane Mage coming up top. Look at the healing, guys. Look at the healing done. So healing done isn't exactly healing done. It's absorbs as well. So Prismatic Barrier is my only heal, or little Temp Shield kind of. But Prismatic Barrier is my big heal. Every time I press it, 25,000-ish absorb, counting up to this whole healing done. So huge amounts of healing done stack up from that to, 25k, 50k, 75k, 100k. After the whole game, it's 1.2 million. I actually didn't really look at that too closely, but that's close to the enemy priest healing and almost half of my priest healing as well. So much healing done. I think this trait should be nerfed. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think Mana Shield, I don't like the design of how you can spam it to get that much healing done. It doesn't feel good to play, and it doesn't feel good to play again. So I do think that should be nerfed. But regardless, that was a pretty freaking epic match, and I'm really, really, really excited to be able to share that with you guys. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy the video, make sure to give it a thumbs down. Talk to me in the comments what you guys think of Arcane Mage or the class that you're currently playing, whether it's weak, strong, buffed, needs buffs, needs nerfs. Are you excited? Arena comes out next week, guys. 5-ish, 6 days from now. Really, really, really excited to hop into the arenas, rated arenas, and really show you guys what's up with this new expansion. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.